Let's talk about this problem. Luvia and Rin are quite possibly one of the craziest damage buffing characters I have ever seen in Grand Summoners. And I said this last time whenever the original Rin and Luvia actually came out. If you don't know everything this character does, let's break it down because it's a lot. First and foremost, we need to talk about the passive. If you're near death, you give everybody 200 arc gauge and buff up everybody's damage res by 30%. The DRs, whatever. The main thing here though is 200 arc gauge instantaneously. With the right setup, Rin and Luvia pop off their true art and also are able to use their super art within a single nuke. In terms of the kit, the skill, very basic. It's just 30 arc gauge. The arts, buffing up physical res and reducing enemies physical res, which is good in sustained comps. But the main things I want you guys to look at here are the true art and super art. The true art is consuming your own max HP and you're buffing up everybody's physical damage by 220%. And then the super art is reducing enemies damage res by 100%. Additionally, if you're unaffected by a status element, you also reduce earth res by 100% for 20 seconds. You'll see in the gameplay, it's just not fair. I would say unbalanced, but the game's been unbalanced for years. In terms of the slots she's rocking, she got a 5-star support, 5-star physical, 4-star heal. If you take her all the way up to LB7, you will be getting a 4-star physical. I don't think you take her to LB7. The 4-star heal is really good because you could actually throw on Blessed Necklace into her 4-star heal slot, so you make sure she doesn't die whenever you're using her true art if she's already near death, or whenever you're doing certain synergies with other equips. In terms of the 5-star physical, pretty much anything that's going to be reducing enemies physical res, buffing up your own arc gauge, giving you more damage, or buffing up the team's damage will be great here. 5-star support slot, this is where it gets kind of crazy, chat. If you have this equipped, you should absolutely use it, and I am talking about the Divine Arachnid Tears. 120 arc gauge as soon as you use it, but it does consume 99% of the target's HP, which for us using Luvia and Rin, that doesn't matter at all. We want to be near death, so we give everybody 200 arc gauge and also buff up that damage res. The thing is that if you use this, you can also put on Blessed Necklace to make sure that you don't die if you go straight into your true art. Or as soon as you use this equip, you can also go straight into the super art. So a lot of versatility here. Definitely the best in slot item for Luvia and Rin. If you're using her in sustain though and you're not nuking, just any AoE Archon item and it'll be fine. So the first team that we used was this team right here. The Hoka, War God Finn, Luvia and Rin, and also Gray. As you see, we go up against the Special EX from the Chloe Fate event, and well, you're going to see something very interesting here. You see that we are able to instantaneously go straight into the True Art with Luvia. Not only are we able to go straight into the True Art, we're also able to go straight into the Super Art with Hoka, so everybody has that extra damage to help clear out ad waves, and we also went off with the True Art with Gray. We're able to go straight into the Super Art with Luvia and Rin in the boss room too. We used a True Art and a Super Art, 500 arc gauge. We were able to get that in 5 seconds. 100 arts per second? Are we serious right now? Of course, though, I had to make sure that this actually worked. It wasn't just a fluke. We didn't get lucky with BE or something. So we went up against Miyu Special EX, which is the Shiro Emiya fight. As you see, as soon as we get into this, we load up, we pop off with the support item, the Divine Arachnid's Tears, and we instantaneously use the True Art. Now, one thing that you can see that Caleb is doing here is he's using Ashura as well. And the reason why he's using Ashura is so he can get that instant 80 arc gauge when he pops off with it. So this is the reason why we're able to go straight back into that super art. One of the reasons, let me say, we're also using a lot of support items here and Gray as well, which we didn't even have to use Gray for Archgen. But as you see here, did you guys see that crit from War God Finn, ladies and gentlemen? That was a 6,757,325 super crit. Lord. We did one more nuke, which this one is against the Special EX on Ilya's event, which as you see here, as we've been doing so far, popped off with the True Art in the first wave, gonna pop off with the Super Art in the last wave, and this time I was actually able to use Hoka's art as well, so we have even more attack up than we know what to do with, and yeah, Dragon just didn't even stand a chance here. This time around we went with a sustained comp, just to show you, how she can kind of work in that situation, but Summer Luvia and Summer Rin are ridiculously strong. Really, I think the main issue with these characters are just the fact that they are mainly nuking oriented characters, which, isn't necessarily a negative, but I don't really see a reason as to why you would want to use them in hard pieces of content unless you were fighting a physical boss, because you are going to get that 20% fizz res on the art. Yeah, I guess that's really like all I can say is that these guys are damage buffers, and if you are someone who is extremely interested and really into nuking and nuke supports and all that type of stuff, Luvia and Rin are going to last for a very long time. Nuke supports are almost as timeless as like actual support units. Like, you guys who still have Draken may use him from time to time because, I mean, he's still good. He's not bad. He does a lot, right? But he's an awoken unit. Same thing with Forte, same thing with like Dark Finn even. Like, a lot of these nuke support characters last for forever, man. So if you wind up getting them and you're into nuking, you're gonna be extremely happy. If you're not into nuking and you did get them, then that's where I feel like you may be just a bit, you know, disappointed to an extent. You can still use them in sustain to buff up your damage and to help you out, but definitely the main gimmick here with these characters is nuking. I mean, especially if you have the Divine Arachnid's Tears, I mean, 200 arcage to the entire team, boom, like, it's ridiculous, bro. It's absolutely insane. But hey, you guys let me know what you all think about Luvia and Rin down below in the comment section. First two Summer Fate units, godly. We gotta see if they keep it going, man. Thank you all again for hanging out, though. It's been OP, and last but not least, you guys already know, don't forget to drink water.